Hey, we're back. This is Dave Dryden. I am Questward's resident DEM, and we are really excited to bring to you the start of a brand new campaign. We have finished our last one. That was the Realms campaign with Franco, James, and Sam. And this is going to be in the same overall continuity, but instead of us using Fate Core RPG system, we're going to be using the official Age of Sigmar Soulbound system that has just come out. We took a raid through it, and it seems like a lot of fun. So what this episode is going to be is primarily focused on setup. So you're going to meet the new players. We have a new cast of 3 players that are going to be joining us to start. If you are returning from the last campaign, we will have quite a bit of crossover from back then to now, but it is a brand new location. It is a brand new storyline. So you do not need to go back to Realms to listen to understand what's going on now. It might enhance some of the background and some of the characters might show up, but that's the extent of it. Yeah, so if you are not super interested in kind of the behind the scenes stuff or the setup stuff, come back next episode. We'd be happy to show you some adventures. But for now, thank you and welcome back. What we can do is we can kick this stuff off and we can talk about playing some Soulbound.
I would say I'm excited.
Excellent. I can hear it. It's palpable. So what we're going to do in this session is we're going to talk a little bit about the new campaign that's starting up, introduce some of the new players, and then we're going to go through a little bit of high-level rules for Soulbound, how it works, start to delve through what kind of characters we're going to be building. I'm going to talk a little bit about the campaign setting. And yeah, so this is the first one that we'll be using in the new Age of Sigmar Soulbound edition that we got from Cubicle 7. It has a ton of new archetypes in it that we're going to be going through today. And before I get in too deep, let's introduce the new folks. Murray, how's it going?
Yo, that's me. I'm Murray. Hey.
Murray is
good.
Murray's the wild one. Murray, do you want to do like a quick run through, like what your experience is with RPGs?
Experience with RPGs. I have very little experience with RPGs. I've only been playing Pathfinder incorrectly for a couple of years, as one is wont to do with Pathfinder. I don't think anybody out there plays Pathfinder perfectly.
I feel like that's the law of RPGs is you play them incorrectly until you find out.
You know what? For me, it's kind of like the law of board games. Whenever I learn a new board game, I always play wrong in some way, shape, or form the first time around. So it didn't surprise me that I've been playing Pathfinder for, 5 years. I've been playing incorrectly for the entire duration of those 5 years.
And you're typically a DM, aren't you?
I typically DM for my group, and that's probably why I do everything wrong, because I never had somebody teach me in the first place.
Well, and you have no one to challenge you.
Yeah, I guess so. Anybody who challenged me, I just kicked them out of the group.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
That's
All right.
a good idea. I like
I'm
that. It's powerful.
Okay, cool. And then we have Isaac. Welcome, Isaac.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I usually just quit the whole campaign if people challenge me, so I take it a step further. You're all out. I've been playing tabletop role-playing games for about 20 years or so, but almost exclusively Dungeons and Dragons. And then when Pathfinder came along, it became my favorite game. And I've dabbled in Pathfinder 2.0, but haven't made that full connection yet. So still enjoying a Pathfinder 1 game. And I also usually DM.
Cool. The best thing about DMing is having other DMs in your group because you feel immense amounts of pressure.
That's why you chose a system that none of us know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to go.
And Niko, welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I've been playing role-playing games for about, I want to say 10-ish years, and I've played and DM'd as well, so you really knocked it out of the park getting 3 DMs as players.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I've also
We're either going to make it really easy for you or really, really hard for you.
Yeah,
That's true.
We're
Yeah.
hoping at going at the start of each session. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, and I play quite a bit of Age of Sigmar, the actual tabletop like war game version, and so this is going to be really exciting getting into the role playing part for me, just to explore the world a bit more.
I think it's unfair to call Age of Sigmar a board game. It's more like a way of life.
It's a lifestyle, really.
Yeah. Yeah, like Niko, I don't know if you really real quick you want to run through your deluge of different armies that you have.
Oh god. Okay, so I own like Ironjaw Orcs. I have some Stormcast Eternals. I have Scourge Privateers, so like Elven Pirates. I also have some Undead. And this is what I currently have. I have owned and sold a lot more. But just a big old nerd that loves. I just really love the setting.
Yeah, so Niko tends to use and abuse his armies, where he'll play through them, paint them all up, and then sell them off. I have stuck with my Lizardman / Seraphon since I was in grade 7.
I haven't owned. I don't think any of the models I currently own I've owned for more than 2 years.
Yeah, that's insane to me. You just
looking at it, it is insane to think about. Like, oh wow, yeah, it's been. Oh.
Be sure to tune into Dave's and Niko's sideshow. Flip this team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm using this as like an advertisement thing. But,
spin up your Instagram,
exactly.
your mini kit bashing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just here for the plug, really.
Yeah. Awesome. So what I want to do is I'm going to jump through to each of you and kind of talk a little bit about like what kind of characters you guys are looking at playing and being interested. I don't think we need to go like specifically like through every single step of character creation. But what we can do is kind of talk a little bit about like what you're thinking about. We can talk a little bit about the archetype that you've chosen, like what's kind of cool about them, what you like, and kind of run through that. While we're getting ready to do that, I want to talk a little bit about the campaign setting and basically the format of the show that we're going to be doing going forward. So for people who've listened to the show before, we had a different party and a different campaign before this. So what we're doing now is it's a new group, but this group is going to expand beyond the 3 that we have right now. So if you are into like your D&D theory craft, this is going to be similar to what is called a West Marches style of play. It's a little bit, if you can consider an open world campaign. The group is going to be going into a specific region, and they're going to have a hub, and they're going to be going out from that central hub on missions, away missions, with select players from the bigger group. So we're going to have a pool of players that we'll pull from, and we'll have small subsets. So you're going to tune in through different arcs, and we'll have different party members, different character relationships kind of going, and a lot of the missions are going to be self-directed based on what the players feel is important to them or important to the main mission that they're on. So it'll be a little bit different than before. Before was like one big long campaign to reach a certain location. This one's going to be a lot more open and a lot more dynamic, and I think a lot like celebrate the fun a lot more because there's going to be less like travel episodes and stuff like that. So we're going to go like to more interesting locations. So yeah, anyone interested in kind of starting off talking about their character or what they're thinking?
I can kick us off.
Yeah, let's do it, Murray.
All right. So for those of you guys listening at home, instead of, at the park or something, you should be staying inside. I don't really know a lot about the lore of Age of Sigmar and such, and so I wanted to have a character that kind of, as a story element, explains why I'm such a dummy about the ways of the world in Age of Sigmar. And so I wanted to make a Black Ark Corsair. Phallus, my name. Fighting monsters, my game. Uneducated, but he's not stupid. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. He's street smarts. He's not book smarts. In fact, if the world allows it, I want him to be only capable of writing his own name and not being able to read at all. He's able to sign contracts, but he doesn't know what the heck is on those contracts. That kind of thing is part of the reason why he ended up in this situation, which is soulbound to a party on the land instead of at the sea where he loves.
Well, so since the region is actually going to be a series of islands, so hey, guy who knows the water actually would be pretty useful.
Hey.
Yeah, that will work out for him. He'll be pretty happy about that. I was reading through a little bit of the core rulebook about elves in general, and I read that their last names or their surnames or whatever is usually based off their kind of like occupation or any great deeds they've done, kind of like a title more than a last name. So his current surname or title is Os's Bosun. Os's being his former captain and Bosun being his role on the boat, which makes his name Phallus Ossus Bosun, or FOB, or FOB, because he's fresh.
Hang it. Sorry, I'm going to jump in real quick. What was your character's first name again?
Phallus.
Phallus.
All right. Well,
Phallus. I looked up some. I didn't even think about it.
Did you do it on your your remote desktop while you were working?
I didn't even think about it until you guys mentioned it now.
Did you not say it out loud?
I remember that time when he named I wanted a name that started with F because I wanted to have that fresh off the boat joke with his initials. And I did some Googling and saw some lore around elves.
I'll bet you did some Googling.
I love seeing Murray die on the webcam right now. All right, well, Isaac, your character's going to have a sit-down scene with Phallus.
I found some Lord of the Rings, some J.R.R. Tolkien characters, and started kind of pouring through some of their names, and this was one of their names.
I believe it. Yeah.
That checks out, I think. That definitely checks out.
Yeah, maybe we need to add an extra vowel in there.
We just need to, whenever it's written, just like we need to make it like fantasy Phallus, so that way we're not spelling it like that and we get demonetized.
You know what? We'll roll with it. Every time he introduces himself, I want NPCs to do a double take. Excuse me, your name is what? But yeah, basically he's the kind of guy. He's not your guy for like strategy, like thinking ahead, long-term strategy. He's in the heat of the moment, he's got tactics. You know what I mean? Like he can think of smart solutions for the issues at hand.
Thinks on his feet in front of him. Right?
Just you basically you point him in a direction, you tell him to go fight that thing, and you point him in a direction. He's a point.
He's going.
So it's on giving. I was thinking, do I want to be ambidextrous? Do I want to have a hand crossed in one hand and a sword in the other? Maybe I just have two swords.
We're all excited for the next 40 hours. Niko, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So I decided to go with a Dwarden. There's a culture called the Caradron Overlords, and essentially they're venture capitalists that live in the sky. And I thought that was really cool, so I picked up the Ether Chemist, which is essentially a magic chemist. Their whole thing is they're looking to find ether gold, which is a magic lighter than air like gas that like it fuels their ships and their cities and their weapons. And so I decided figured a character who's the whole thing is not being a dick joke would be kind of cool.
Well, we round out the party a little bit, yeah.
Oh, exactly right. And so and round out the party a little bit.
His name is Assen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, his name is Okri Okrison, and it'll be really cool because I can craft like little doodads and kind of gizmos and technology and stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting playing a character that it's more about the thinking than the moving.
Yeah, that's cool. So like Aether Chemists, are they kind of like the role in the party? Are they kind of like a support kind of thing? What are you going to be doing?
They're very much more a support kind of character. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of like crafting and like side kind of supporting roles when it comes to stuff like that. I can boost other people's weapons with an ability that I get through like essentially it's just like a giant vacuum weapon. It's very cool.
That's fun.
So I'm just gonna be doing a lot of supporting, a lot of not gonna be winning fights, I don't think. But we'll see what happens.
Can you fly with your guy?
No, I can't fly. You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes things easier.
I almost went for the flying one because this version you can get like a little dirigible like personal balloon, and I figured I almost did that but then I decided maybe I won't go for like a combat character.
Cool. No, I dig it. And Isaac, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I definitely want to go with a Sylvaneth, and I want to be a Kurnoth hunter, probably.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty much for sure. That's what I want to do. I was also interested in the Branch Witch, but yeah, I think our group could probably use some muscle. And as far as I know, that's what that character does.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty much what they do.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned about getting bored, just because I'm not the sort of person who'd like play a fighter in D&D. I'd have to multiclass. So, do you guys happen to know if the Kurnoth hunter is like varied? Like, I could potentially do different types of things. It's not just fight all the time.
That's a good question. Let's take a look here.
From what I can tell from the talents and stuff that you can eventually just branch out to whatever talents you want.
Nice choice of words. I like that.
Was it purposeful?
It was not. That was a deeply rooted fear of mine that I was getting
Oh!
a good put in there.
There you go again. Well done.
I know, right? Goodness.
Let's see. What does he have?
Tree,
He's got-
get it?
Are you doing bow or a greatsword or great scythe?
Well, it looks like I get a great bow, and then I choose either the greatsword or great
okay.
scythe.
Oh yeah, wow,
Yeah.
there you go, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased to be I want to do melee and ranged. Yeah, I like to be versatile, so that's the hope.
Nice. Should be fun. Did you have a name in mind?
No, not yet. I need to. I guess I need to do some research. Yeah, unnamed so far, but I'll come up with one.
Just think of a wood pun.
I'm not a pun type of character. I take my role playing pretty seriously.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will be good. This will be good.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but Isaac, just to say, like, from what I can tell, like, there isn't really anything to stop you from getting a like an arcane discipline or anything, and eventually branching out, like I said, to like doing something similar to magic or kind of diversifying your portfolio a little bit more. So you should be able to do that later on. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, no, I appreciate that. I hadn't even considered multiclassing or whatnot. It seems to me like none of the archetypes are like super pigeonholed, but that's inexperience with the system speaking maybe. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was thinking about swapping my mind and my soul values, and I've got a 3 in mind and a 1 in soul. What would you guys recommend?
I'm 3-2-2 based on the archetype: 3 body, 2 mind, 2 soul.
Okay.
I'm of 2 mind.
Yeah, so soul is kind of like your interpersonal and kind of your charisma, your social, and I think it's also a little bit of your I think that's your defense against like corruption. So like how steadfast are you, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, although Soul of 1 would be weird because I think the Sylvaneth are normally pretty resistant to that sort of stuff, but maybe it did like different effects and stuff. How talky do you want your tree to be?
The not very. The voice I've been working on is going to be difficult to do, and I'm not great with voices to begin with. So he's not going to talk a lot. He's going to be much more of a show, not tell type of character.
Right,
Cool.
perfect for radio.
Yeah, exactly. Got that right.
I love to role play, but I'm not going to be talking much. I play the strong, silent type.
You need to be the guy that sits in the corner of the tavern on session 1 and refuses to engage with the rest of the party.
Oh yeah. I will. Not engage. Go straight south regardless of what's happening. Yeah, that's the plan. It's going to be great, Dave.
This is all the revenge for when I blew up the party as that alchemist. I think I got multiple people killed. I'm not sure.
You probably did. Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, that's all awesome. I think we should have a really good group. We got Sky Dwarf that wants money. wants like gas money, actually, literally gas money.
Literally gas money.
You got an elf who wants a new name.
Yes. God, I caught myself before I said it, but I was gonna say, the name Phallus kind of grew on me. Unfortunately, I didn't say that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't say that. That was a close one.
Because he's chasing after not his first name, but a new title, right?
Awesome. I'll talk a little bit about the campaign setting, and I think that will probably be enough to wrap up for today. So you are heading to the Realm of Fire, also known as Aqshy, but more specifically, the Slagmire Isles, a series of islands surrounding the broiling vortex. It's not as bad as it sounds, because aside from all the storms that rain down shards of molten glass, the islands are really quite varied and sometimes quite pleasant, actually.
Why would we go there?
Well, I'll tell you why. You've been tasked with bringing these disparate islands back into the realm of Sigmar. And you'll be encountering everything from fledgling duchies to privateers to sinister creatures and cults.
Fledgling duchies?
fledgling duchies. It sounds like a type of flightless bird. Small kingdoms.
That's hilarious. I was about to Google it. I was like, what the hell is this thing?
He's saying duchies, yeah.
I'm with you so far. Okay.
So what was the name of the realm?
The Realm of Aqshy.
I thought you said it's the realm of actually, and it's filled with the mansplainers.
That'll
we're a duchy.
Once I have the Twitter up and running, that'll be the realm of actually. But yeah, so the Age of Sigmar, there's these things called the mortal realms. They are, if you could imagine, different planes of existence that are interconnected, and they are each based around a kind of like an element. So there's the realm of fire, there's the realm of light, dark, life, beasts. Not exactly one-to-one with elements, but themes. And each of these realms are not super varied. Like, if you go to the realm of fire, you didn't just jump into hell or the sun. It has like varying climates that kind of embody the themes of the realm of fire. So as you arrive there, you've all been previously soulbound together. Actually, this is something we should probably do. They have this relationships thing, this mechanic. So we actually build relationships between the characters. Let's work on that in a sec. So as of yet, you don't know what's on these islands. All that you know is it does not have a centralized government, and there are several different warring factions here. And you are traveling along with your binding, which is like the greater party, and some small retinue of allies that are coming with you, and they're going to be maintaining a central hub base for you. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it is on the back of a giant turtle.
Yes.
So you're going to be moving from this hub from place to place, doing away missions, and you are going to be getting a map that is not necessarily true scale. It is basically going to be drawn by someone in the world, and you will see different things that are on that map, and you can go seek it out. You might hear rumors that you want to go explore, different connections, all with the intention of bringing this region into the fold and back into the empire.
So straight south, you say?
Open a pie shop, you say?
You got it.
So let's do questions for each other. Where is that? I got to find that in the rule book here. It's a part of character creation that helps you jump into this and avoid the super awkward first session where you need to get to know everybody, and you're all 36. At a tavern. And page 36. Thank you.
You're welcome. You all meet at a tavern and don't know each other.
Yeah. Because everything that an RPG player loves is meeting people for the first time. So there are 10 questions, and you have connections. So these are just examples on this chart here. You could roll a 1d6 twice to basically figure out row and column. Or you know what? You guys can just work together and come up with some fun little details. I'm gonna call on two people, I think, just to make this a little bit more directed. Unnamed Tree Man, what is your connection to Phallus?
That's a heck of a question. From what I understand, the Sylvaneth are pretty insular and super connected to each other, and not so much to people on the outside. But once we get soulbound, it's really kind of like a an extra step for them. Like it's extra hard for Sylvaneth to become soulbound. I wasn't making a joke there.
Sorry.
So how the heck would I know you? Yeah, we've got very different backgrounds.
So what you could also say, you've been soulbound prior to this campaign starts. So you guys could maybe talk about things since you've been soulbound, or anything like on the journey over, or something like that. We could be flexible.
Yeah,
with it.
I mean, considering what they've talked about and how it's almost perfect to have a Black Ark Corsair for this type of area filled with different islands. It could be possible that my character was added to the group with this kind of main quest in mind.
As like a navigator.
Yeah, it says like, well, we need a person of your skills, and you can we can do the parsec Kessel Run thing.
That's true, but these questions are more about like invent a detail between the two of you. So like, some examples here are, let's pick one example.
Actually, I have one that I could have with Phallus. So if I may have the floor. So the Caradron are like they do most of their trade and their work on flying ships, and they're very involved with trade. So I figured it would make sense for my character Okri to have already met you once and having dealt and like traded with your crew on a number of times. That makes any sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that would work, and I think maybe like you were already part of the Soulbound, or you were going to we could have you essentially be kind of like the face of the group, and you were kind of creating your binding, and you went to the captain. You're like, I need a guy.
Yeah, I need a navigator here.
Yeah, and the captain just gave you one of his men for some trade, as part of some trade.
I like that. Yeah, I like the idea that you could and would ask me what exactly I traded to get you. It's just kind of like
I dig it. That's cool. So Okri is his character reference, and maybe got some kind of referral bonus for recruiting him into the organization. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys should totally detail that.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a good idea.
So Isaac, for your Kurnoth, I know that the Kurnoth, especially of the Sylvaneth, are capable of going out into normal society on like directive missions and stuff like that. So you could reference some kind of mission or life event outside of like the insular pod people society.
Gotcha. I actually was just looking at the connections here, and the one in the bottom right is really speaking to me.
Okay.
Which one is that one?
Returning a body?
Yeah, I've promised to return somebody's body home when the time comes. That's less something I would be interested in, I think. But I feel like my character would be super interested in somebody else making sure I get home once I die. So that would be a hell of a thing to ask somebody, but that would be a strong bond, I would think.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, I guess maybe that would be a question you kind of, or a request you keep into your heart, and you decide, well, who do I trust more between Niko's character and my character when it comes to a life-threatening situation.
I like it a lot, and through our time together, I'm secretly keeping a mental tally of the things that are important to me to share this deeply important favor.
Cool, that's awesome.
Wait, so you're a grass type, and we're entering a fire realm.
Oh no! maybe I'm a water rock type. So. Okay, good. Oh shit, I'm still screwed.
I never really played Pokemon. Is air good against fire? Or?
Neutral.
You'd be a poison type, though. Metal poison. Yeah.
Metal poison. Oh, metal is weak to fire. Sorry.
Well, I'd rather be air then.
Full of hot air.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Well, I want to get everybody. Everybody should have a connection with everybody else in this little trifecta.
Right. Well, Niko, would your character be considered educated?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've already kind of started building my character, and he's got like quite a bit of lore skills and things like that. So he's got a little background in medicine.
How interested would you be in teaching Phallus the ways of the world?
Yeah, I could probably do it. Yeah, for a price. No. Yeah, no, I could definitely do it. I kind of built my character and took the stuff that I took so I could also kind of have a lot of the knowledge that I kind of have of the setting. In a way. So I could definitely do that because that'd be a lot of fun, I think. Yeah, I'd be really into that. And actually, I did think of a good one for a good connection for me to have to the unnamed tree man. I owe you money of some kind or repayment for burning down a forest.
Holy shit! That sounds like a pretty serious repayment. I would assume.
I mean, it's it was an accident. I didn't mean it. My crew didn't mean it, but when you level a forest, sometimes you gotta have reparations and stuff. So
okay, that's a pretty strong connection. I think it's both ways, or actually, it might just be one way. But I'm
sounds pretty one way.
Yeah, it does sound pretty one way. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, right. So that gives a good reason for you to want to keep me keep me alive and around.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Gives me a reason to have you around or to do this so I can pay you back.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like well, we'll see. My character's not going to be very fast speaking. That might make him seem like he's not terribly smart. I can easily see you sort of taking advantage of me under the guise of my character, more or less making sure that you make reparations at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I'm actually doing more or less what you want me to do.
Oh, I mean, hey, if I die, I can't pay you back, right?
Exactly. Well, this is working out great for you.
It's perfect. It's working great so far.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I should probably take some notes, actually.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So okay,
in that case, would you want me?
Not to worry, this meeting will be recorded.
Yeah, you can always refer back.
Oh, I always want notes.
Yeah.
Then would you want my character to be the one who promised to return your body?
Oh, that's a heck of a strong connection. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. I really like that.
How much time have we spent together so far, Dave?
We spent a plot amount of time.
Oh, got it. Okay, one plot.
It is a pretty flexible window, I would say. Like it could be anywhere beyond 2 weeks within a year, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's that fits. It's not
It's not simply walk into the fire plane.
There you go. Nice.
You got to get onto a ground plane and then you fly up.
Okay, cool. It sounds like does everyone have a connection to every other character at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is called 10 questions. I mean, we really did only 1 or 2 each, I suppose. I'd recommend looking at this and building it out. I wouldn't worry too much about getting 10 links, because I think you guys have a good seed to kind of build off of, especially in Phallus's case. He's got a lot of good seeds to build off of.
Thank you.
But these connections will be really handy as well when we get new members coming in. For example, we have 3 people from the previous campaign. I'm not sure if they're going to want to come back with their characters or build new ones. We shall see. But when they get folded into the group, that should be a lot of fun too. Okay, awesome. So the next thing we'll do out of recording is we'll build our characters, and then we'll meet back and we will start the first adventure in the Slagmire Isles.